Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Nigel with Elite Force. Talk about some of the new products we got coming out for 2018 and some of the products that came out late for 2017. If you're not familiar, we've got the CO2 1911s. This is one of our most popular pistols out there. You guys know that we have the tan and black. That's kind of our bread and potatoes. Steak and potatoes, bread and butter. Two different things, great together. But now we've got some new color schemes. So this is going to be the silver or the brushed stainless is what we're calling it. And if you see, it's not too shiny, it's not too flashy. It's kind of a nice, classy brushed stainless finish on it with the black components. But it's the same dependability as our classic CO2 Blowback 1911s. So we've got that one new coming, and then of course we've got just the all black version for you guys that don't want the two-tone tan and black. All black is out there for you. Still has the Picatinny rail, upgraded sights, and the dependability and fun recoil of the CO2 shooters. New guns. Let's talk about new. So we talked about some new colors, but let's talk about new guns. I'm excited for this. If you're an HK guy like I am, if you're a fan of the USPs, get ready for this one. So you're looking at it, and you're like, what's the difference? Well, the big difference is it's going to be a CO2 blowback. It's going to be OEM KWC, so if you're familiar with the recoil and how fun it is to shoot our 1911s, this is going to perform and feel the same, but it's going to be in the body of a USP. So really excited about that one. It's going to come shooting around 350, 360 feet per second, CO2 blowback, so be on the lookout for that. That should be around second quarter, third quarter of 2018. Okay. So we've talked about this one before. You guys saw this one last year. We talked about the gas VP9s, OEM VFC. We're working out some final quality control issues on this one, but it's going to be a really solid offering once we do bring it to market. I expect this one to be out probably about 2 to 3 months from now. It's January now, so early summer, fingers crossed. In the meantime, if you're wanting to get your hands on a VP9 and you're sick of waiting for the green gas, which will come out eventually, but you want to get something filled right now, we just came out with the VP9 CO2 blowback. Now this is going to be kind of that half travel blowback. It's not a full travel slide, but it's going to have adjustable hop up on top. You can see it's just the old school adjustable. It's going to come with an Allen key, grub screw, set it and forget it. That hop up's not going to back out, which is really nice. Oftentimes with CO2 pistols, you set the hop up, you got to keep on setting it because the hop up backs off. This is going to be full drop free, full size CO2 magazine. This clock's about 315 feet per second. And it's going to retail for about $95. So whereas this one's going to be well over 100, this is only going to be $95. So I'm really excited about that one. All right, so on our MP5 series of rifles, we've got the SD models. It's going to be competition series, totally Tokyo Marui compatible. So any of your aftermarket parts or your maintenance parts are going to be compatible with Tokyo Marui. You can use this just as well to work with. It's going to be the SD model. Now, this and the A4, A5 model are going to come with two 200-round high-capacity magazines, which is really nice. 60-day warranty on all this stuff as well. It's going to retail around $150, and it's going to clock in velocity-wise at 350 feet per second with a .20 gram BB. So that's the SD model. And then on the A4, A5, you might be asking, why are we calling it A4, A5? Well, it's going to come with the sliding stock and it's going to come with the solid stock in one package. So you're going to get both guns. If you want solid stock, you want sliding stock, it's going to come in one package. You can just switch them out. It'll come with an extra pin. These both come with the high cap magazines, 2 high cap magazines with either gun. Showing off the Aries Amoeba line again. You guys might have saw this last year. We're still carrying that. Stryker will be coming out this year. I'm really excited about that. We had some quality control stuff that we were working out. But again, the longer we waited just means and ensures that the final product is going to be much higher quality and you're not going to have any concerns about any failures with the gun itself. So excited about that one. You want to talk about Nerf guns? Okay. All right. So this is an electric MP7. The difference between this electric MP7 and what you might have seen out on the market before is that this is going to take version 2 gears inside. So it's going to have some upgradability options. It's not going to be so proprietary. You know, Tokyo Marui and some other companies had electric MP7s before, but they only shot like 230, 240 feet per second, kind of a lower velocity. This one's going to be shooting about 330 feet per second out of the box. So the higher FPS, and it's going to be 1-to-1 scale. So it's not that kind of shrunk down size. It's actually the full size 1-to-1 scale MP7. This is very much a prototype. We just got this one a couple weeks before SHOT Show, actually. So I feel like this is going to be more of a 2019 type thing, but we did want to bring it to SHOT Show because we love showing off cool stuff for you guys. The MP40. This is one I'm really excited about. Full metal construction, really heavy. It's got about 7 to 8 pounds on this thing, and it's going to be CO2 blowback. This is going to be part of our Legends series, and if you've seen over there, like we have our 6-shooter revolvers. Zoom in on that. We call that the Legends series. So all these guns are going to kind of be like a historical gun, and you guys know what this is, the World War II made famous by the German Army, MP40. It's going to take 2 CO2 12-gram cartridges in the magazine, and it's going to be full blowback. So every time you shoot it full auto, semi-auto, it's going to have recoil going on it. This will be adjustable via hop-up as well. This will probably be a third quarter item, so you know, early fall, late summer type offering. It's going to retail around $180, so I'm really excited about that one. Have you held this one? No, you got to. It's heavy, man. It feels good.
It's interesting. I almost called it.
Come on over here. Okay, so for the Avalon series, we're going to be doing some changes to it this year. It's now going to have the Avalon markings on the receiver on the bottom, which will help you know that you have an Avalon in your hands. We wanted to have that on the 2017 run, but we wanted to get them out quickly, and the receivers weren't ready at the time. So now they are. That's going to be one of the running changes. The other change externally is that it's going to have a CNC'd mag release on it, dual ambidextrous mag release. So you can, if you're a lefty or you're a righty, you can release that mag from either side. Internally, some changes on this. The MOSFET inside, it's going to have like a dual resistor set up into it. We're having some issues with high dump batteries and some hiccups in that MOSFET. So we beefed up the internal MOSFET. That's going to be a lot tougher. So those are some of the changes for the Avalon series for 2018. I'm really excited about this one. The HK416. Externally, it's going to have a lot of different changes going on. You're going to have ambidextrous features as far as ambidextrous mag release, ambidextrous bolt catch, right? That's cool. And ambidextrous selectors as well. They've done some changes as far as changing the mag well, so it's now going to be canted, so you can get your P mags, your E mags in there, and then you've got your slimmer profile club stock on the back, so it still kind of looks like that HK416 stock, a little bit slimmer. Same type of rail, except now it's going to have the flip-up integrated front sight into it, and then we've got the different rear flip-up sight. It's kind of the sight that was coming with our M27s and some later release 416 style rifles. Internally, it's going to have the ECS gearbox, so it's going to have the same gearbox technology as the Avalon. So as far as performance, durability, reliability, it's going to be a really solid shooter. Come on down. Okay. What else? We've just been doing some fun stuff. We've sold so many of our CO2 1911s that we wanted to give guys options out there to have some fun with some customization. So we have some different grip colors you guys can get out there. As you can see, here's the custom grips on one of our 1911s. Looks pretty cool. So if you're looking to put a little flair on your 1911, looking to do something different, there you go. That'll retail for around $11, $12 USD. I'm sure this is what you want to talk about. The Glocks, man. We've all seen the Glocks out there, but finally now we have fully licensed and copyright legal copies of the Glock, full Glock trademarks on these. We've got a few different models going on. These are going to be the first ones out of the gate here. These are going to be your green gas blowback offerings. Full metal slides. It's our OEM VFC. They're going to retail around $169.95. Right now we're looking at the Glock 19, Glock 17s. As you can see, we're going to offer both the Gen 3 lowers and the Gen 4 lowers. I believe these will be compatible with the back straps, and if you need to change the mag release, it will be ambidextrous to flip to left-hand shooters or right-hand shooters. We're starting to introduce our CO2 lineup here. You'll see a little bit of difference on these. It's going to have a CNC'd slide on top. Internally, it's going to be upgraded a little bit more robust to handle that CO2 magazine. It's going to have a steel spring guide in there, steel hammer, and then it's going to have a steel slide catch as well to handle some of that more power coming out of that CO2. So the question that we've been getting a lot is, can you put the CO2 mags in the green gas guns? Yes, you can, but it's going to cause a little bit more damage since these are internally upgraded to handle the more force and recoil of the CO2. I would recommend sticking to either green gas or CO2 depending on what your gun comes with. These are going to sell a little bit higher, and these will also come with the Glock hard case. So it's going to come with the same Glock hard case that the real firearm comes with. But as you can see here, they recommend, make sure you're only using this for the CO2's designated models. Here you can see we have the Glock 34. If you've seen the movie John Wick 2, I'm a big fan. I'm excited to have that model. And then down low, so we're just getting started with the Glocks. I keep on telling everybody that with us having the license now, we're going to do a lot of different Glocks. So if you're looking for the compact models, the full auto 18Cs or whatever, we're going to have it all. We're going to have everything from springers to non-blowbacks, which is what this is, to this green gas CO2. We're going to do it all, probably even electric. But this is a fixed slide non-blowback, so it doesn't move around or anything. But it's going to be a metal slide, polymer lower, stick mag option. But something like this, if you want something that's CO2, looks like a Glock, feels like a Glock, shoots BBs, this is going to retail for $69.95. So no matter how much money you want to spend, we're going to have a Glock for everybody. Yeah, so there you go, man. Pretty exciting stuff. 2018 is going to be another great year for us, especially with Glock and a lot of the new products coming out I'm really excited about. One more thing, let me grab this. This just got returned here. This is going to be an addition to the Avalon series. It's going to be kind of a PDW. As you can see, this is going to be the Gladius. Name of this gun is the Gladius. Again, going to have the Avalon receiver on it. Going to be that smaller one-piece PDW style receiver on it. And have the PDW style mag. We opted for the crane stock just to make it look different than the QRS accessory mags like what's on the other Avalons. But this will also have the ECS gearbox inside, so as far as durability, performance, it's going to perform just as nice as the rest of the Avalon series.
Rapporteringen från SHOT Show 2018 presenteras i samarbete med Wise Guy, Röda Stjärnan, Tactical Store och Malmö Airsoft Terräng Malmö.